of confusion, pain, or delay, it's easy to feel like we're alone, like the burden is ours to carry. But today, I want to remind you of something powerful. You are not alone. The universe, God, has not forgotten you. You don't have to force, chase, or overthink. All you need to do is step back, breathe, and allow divine order to work through your life. God is already solving it. Even the things you can't see. Even the ones you don't understand. Worry is a misuse of your imagination. It takes your creative power, the same power that can build dreams, heal your body, and attract love, and redirects it toward fear, doubt, and disaster. Worry is not just a mental habit, it's a spiritual drain. Every time you worry, you're rehearsing failure in your mind. You're picturing things going wrong before they even have the chance to go right. And while worry may feel like a form of control, it actually strips you of your power. It convinces you that if you obsess hard enough, you might prevent something bad from happening. But in truth, all you're doing is planting seeds of fear in the garden of your mind. Imagination is a sacred gift. It is meant to be used for beauty, healing, growth, and joy. It is the canvas on which we paint our desires. When we visualize peace, we attract calm. When we visualize abundance, we step into the flow of prosperity. When we visualize love, we prepare our hearts to receive it. But when we allow our imagination to run wild with worry, we are creating images of despair. We are living in scenarios that haven't even occurred. We are borrowing suffering from a future that hasn't arrived. Worry feels familiar to many of us. We've been taught that if we care enough, we should worry. That responsible people worry about their jobs, their families, their health, and the world. But the truth is, worry changes nothing but your peace. It does not stop the storm. It only weakens your inner calm. It turns your mind into a battlefield where you fight enemies that only exist in your thoughts. If we truly believed in the power of our thoughts, and we should, we would be very careful with what we allow ourselves to dwell on. You are not powerless. Your thoughts shape your emotions. Your emotions shape your energy, and your energy shapes your life experience. So when you catch yourself worrying, recognize it for what it is, a call to come back to the present. A reminder to return to trust. The mind loves to predict. It loves to forecast, to analyze, to prepare for the worst. But the soul lives in a deeper rhythm. It whispers, all is well. Let go. Trust the timing. Your soul doesn't worry because it knows there is a divine plan unfolding. Your soul knows that even setbacks are sacred. Even delays have meaning. Even the unanswered prayers are sometimes a form of protection. When you shift from worry to wonder, something powerful happens. Instead of asking, what if everything goes wrong? You begin to ask, what if everything goes right? You invite in the possibility of grace. You allow space for miracles. You start to remember that the universe is not against you. It's working with you. Every time you let go of worry, you give life permission to unfold with peace. This doesn't mean you ignore problems or avoid taking action. It means you take inspired action, not fear-driven action. You move from a place of calm clarity, not panic. You do what you can, and then you release the rest. You learn to live in a state of trusting participation where you show up fully, but you don't try to control everything. You surrender the outcome while honoring the process. The next time worry creeps in, pause, breathe. Ask yourself, is this real or is this imagined? Am I reacting to what is happening or what I fear might happen? Then gently redirect your thoughts. Remind yourself that you are safe, that you are supported, and that you have overcome so much already. Life has a way of working out, especially when you get out of the way and let it. You are more powerful than worry. You have the ability to reclaim your mind and use it as a tool for healing, joy, and faith. Train yourself to imagine peace, to imagine solutions, to imagine light at the end of the tunnel. Let your imagination become your sanctuary, not your prison. There is no prize for suffering through anxiety. There is no reward for thinking the worst. But there is deep freedom in choosing hope. There is peace in trusting the unseen. There is relief in remembering that you don't have to carry everything alone. Worry is not love. Worry is not responsibility. Worry is not wisdom. It is simply fear wearing a disguise. Choose to see through it. Choose to shift your energy. Choose to reclaim your imagination and use it for something beautiful. The moment you do, you will feel a change, a release, a softening. And that's when life begins to respond in kind. Because when you stop imagining what can go wrong, you make room for everything to go right. Let go and let divine timing unfold. These words are a soft invitation to release the pressure you've placed upon yourself. They are not about giving up. They are about giving in to the natural rhythm of life. So often, we want things to happen on our schedule. We want love now, success now, healing now, clarity now. But life doesn't move by the ticking of our clocks. It flows by something far wiser, divine timing. There is a plan greater than the one you can see. Sometimes you are waiting not because you are unworthy, not because you've done something wrong, but because life is rearranging itself for your highest good. The path is still being prepared. The people, the places, the perfect moments, they're aligning behind the scenes. And you, in your human mind, may only see delays. But delays are not denials. They are divine pauses. Sacred space being created so something better can enter. Letting go doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop clinging. You stop controlling. You stop trying to force outcomes that are not yet ready. There is peace in trusting that what is for you cannot be taken from you. And what isn't for you cannot be held, no matter how tightly you grip. Life has a beautiful way of making sure you receive what your soul truly needs, even if your ego wanted something else. So much of our suffering comes from resisting what is. We think, this should be happening already. I should be further ahead. I should have found love by now. I should have healed already. But what if you are exactly where you need to be? What if this moment, as incomplete as it feels, is preparing you for something magnificent? When you let go, you create room for grace. You release the tension in your heart. You surrender the tightness in your chest. You say, I don't know how this will work out, but I choose to believe that it will. And in that belief, something shifts. A new energy enters. One of peace, of flow, of surrender. Letting go doesn't make you passive. It makes you powerful, because true power is rooted in trust. It's easy to push and strive and exhaust yourself trying to control every detail. But it takes strength to pause, to breathe, to align yourself with divine wisdom, to say, I trust the unfolding, even if I can't see the full picture yet. Think about the seasons. Trees don't force themselves to bloom in winter. Flowers don't open before the sun rises. The moon doesn't race through its phases. Nature trusts its rhythm. It doesn't panic in stillness. It doesn't question the process. You too are part of this divine nature. You are not meant to bloom all the time. Sometimes your soul is in a season of quiet preparation, and that is not a mistake. That is sacred. So if you feel like you're waiting, take comfort in knowing that waiting is part of becoming. Growth is happening even in the silence. Answers are forming even in the confusion. The right door is being built even if you haven't reached it yet. Don't rush what needs time to ripen. What's meant for you will arrive in the exact moment your soul is ready to receive it. Letting divine timing unfold is also an act of self-love. It says, I believe I am worthy of good things, and I don't need to beg, chase, or prove myself to receive them. It is trusting that your value is not diminished by delays. It is knowing that your future is not defined by how fast you move, but by how aligned you are with love and faith. As you release control, you gain clarity. You begin to notice signs, gentle nudges from the universe, synchronicities that remind you you're not alone. You begin to follow your intuition rather than your anxiety. And the path begins to open, not because you forced it, but because you flowed with it. So breathe. You don't have to figure it all out today. You don't have to make every piece fit. Life is not a puzzle you must complete by force. It is a story being written divine timing, and you are the beloved character being guided through each chapter. Let go. Let the fear fall away. Let the pressure dissolve. Let the mind soften. And in that space, let faith rise. Trust the delays. Trust the silence. Trust that what is yours is already making its way to you. Slowly, perfectly, and right on time. Because divine timing is never late. It's never wrong. It's always wise. And it always delivers what is meant for your soul. Affirm, I am safe, and all is well in my world. These words are not just a comforting phrase. They are a declaration of inner peace, a quiet rebellion against fear, and a powerful reminder that no matter what is happening around you, you can return to a center of calm within. You can choose to rest in the truth that you are supported, loved, and protected by something greater, anything that could ever disturb your peace. Safety is not always found in the external world. People change, situations shift, and life can be unpredictable. But the true feeling of safety, that deep exhale of relief, begins within. When you affirm, I am safe, you are telling your body, your mind, and your soul that there is no need to panic. You are signaling to every part of you that it is okay to relax, to soften, and to breathe fully into this moment. It is a message that says, you don't have to brace for impact. You are held. So many of us live in a state of quiet tension, waiting for something to go wrong, waiting for the shoe to drop, carrying past wounds into the present moment. But peace is a choice, and safety can be a feeling you cultivate from the inside out. Even in uncertainty, even in discomfort, you can return to your breath, your body, and your knowing that you are not alone. The more you affirm this truth, the more it becomes your reality. All is well in my world may not mean everything is perfect. It doesn't mean there are no challenges, no pain, or no difficult moments. It means that even in the middle of those moments, you trust that there is meaning. You trust that growth is happening. You trust that the universe is working behind the scenes in your favor. You trust that everything you need is on its way to you, even if you can't yet see it. When you speak these words aloud, you are creating a new frequency. You are replacing chaos with calm. You are gently rewriting the story in your subconscious mind. Over time, what used to trigger fear will begin to feel manageable. What used to seem like a crisis will now feel like a temporary challenge. Because you are anchored in your truth, I am safe. I am protected. Life supports me. It's okay to affirm this even when you don't fully believe it yet. Affirmations are not about pretending. They are about choosing to lean toward a new truth, step by step. They are about building a bridge from fear to faith, one word at a time. And the more you repeat them, the stronger the bridge becomes. Eventually, you will feel yourself walking with more ease. Worry will loosen its grip, tension will melt, and peace will become your new normal. There is a divine intelligence within you that knows how to heal, how to adapt, and how to move forward. When you remind yourself that you are safe, you awaken that part of you. You become less reactive and more responsive. You stop spiraling in panic and start returning to presence. From this space, solutions come. From this space, intuition speaks. From this space, life begins to feel lighter. even when it's heavy. You don't have to wait for life to be perfect to feel safe. You can begin right now, exactly as you are. Sit with your hand over your heart and say softly, I am safe. I am supported. I am loved. All is well in my world. Let the words wash over you like a warm blanket. Let them settle into your nervous system. Let them become the lullaby that calms the storms in your mind. Every time you affirm this, you're planting seeds of peace. You're teaching your inner child that it is okay now, that the danger is over, that the past does not have to define the present, that no matter what happened before, you are choosing to feel whole again. This is not denial. It is conscious healing. It is the decision to live from a place of trust, not trauma. And when you truly begin to live from this place, the world around you starts to shift. You attract relationships that feel safe, opportunities that align with your peace, environments that nourish your well-being. Why? Because you no longer tolerate the energy of fear. You've made peace your new standard. So today repeat it often, I am safe, and all is well in my world. Let it become your mantra in the morning, your prayer at night, your anchor in moments of stress. Let it become your truth until it no longer feels like an affirmation, but simply the way you live. Surrender the how and focus on the now. These words hold a deep and gentle power. They remind us that we are not here to figure everything out. We are not meant to carry the weight of every unanswered question or force life to unfold according to our timeline. The moment we surrender the need to know how everything will happen, we step into a space of trust, presence, and peace. The present moment is where our power lies, not in the worry of tomorrow or the regret of yesterday, but right here, right now. It's natural to want to understand how things will work out. The human mind craves certainty. It wants a plan, a map, a guarantee. It wants to know how the money will come, how the relationship will heal, how the opportunity will arrive, how the dream will come to life. But focusing on the how only invites anxiety. It closes the heart. It creates tension in the body. Because most of the time, the how isn't clear and it's not meant to be. There is a bigger plan at work. A divine intelligence that sees far beyond what you can see from your current perspective. When you try to control the how, you often limit the very blessings that are meant for you. You restrict the universe to only the methods you can imagine, when in truth, the possibilities are infinite. What you think might take years could happen in an instant. What you thought had to come from one source may arrive from a completely unexpected direction. But you must allow space for miracles. And that space is created when you let go of the how. Focusing on the no brings you into alignment. It centers your mind, softens your heart, and opens your awareness. Right now is all you truly have. This breath, this heartbeat, this moment. And in this moment, you are safe. You are alive. You are being guided. Even when you feel uncertain, the now offers you something real, something you can work with. You may not be able to change the past or predict the future, but you can make a choice today. You can shift your mindset. You can show up with love. You can take one small step forward in faith. When you surrender the how, you are not giving up. You are giving in to a deeper flow. You are saying, I trust that the right path will reveal itself as I continue walking. You are no longer trying to control life, but co-creating with it. You show up fully. You do your part, but you let the outcome unfold in its own sacred way. This is not weakness. It's wisdom. The truth is, the more you chase certainty, the more it eludes you. But when you choose presence, when you ground yourself in the now, clarity comes. The next step becomes visible. The right people show up. The timing aligns. Not because you forced it, but because you became a magnet for flow, not friction. This way of living takes practice. It takes daily reminders. It takes gentleness. When your mind wanders into worry, when it starts building stories around, how will this ever work? Pause. Take a deep breath. Bring yourself back. Say quietly, I don't need to know how. I just need to trust now. Repeat it until it feels like truth. Remember that so many of the best things in your life didn't arrive because you planned them perfectly. They came through grace, through unexpected encounters, through moments you never could have orchestrated. Let that be your proof. Life knows how to support you. The universe knows what you need, even when you're unsure. You are not alone in this journey. You are always being led. So soften your grip. Release the need to control every detail. Let go of the exhausting need to figure everything out. Instead, show up with presence. Show up with gratitude. Show up with an open heart. Trust that what's meant for you is not passing you by. It's making its way to you one moment at a time. Let this be your gentle mantra. I surrender the how. I focus on the now. I trust the process. I trust myself. I trust life. From this space of surrender and presence, you will find peace. You will find clarity. And most importantly, you will find your true power. Not in controlling the future, but in embracing the miracle of now. Your faith moves energy. It is not just a comforting phrase or a poetic idea. It is a truth that governs the unseen forces of your life. Faith is the quiet power behind every transformation, every miracle, every dream that becomes reality. When you believe, truly believe, something begins to shift, not just in your heart, but in the energy around you. What once felt stagnant begins to flow. What once seemed impossible begins to unfold. Faith is the spark that ignites movement in the spiritual realm before it ever shows up in the physical. Everything is energy. Your thoughts, your emotions, your words, your actions, they all carry a vibration. And when those vibrations are rooted in fear, you attract more reasons to be afraid. When they are grounded in doubt, you experience more confusion. But when your energy is anchored in faith, even if your circumstances haven't yet changed, you begin to rise above them. Faith calls forth clarity. Faith attracts support. Faith opens doors that logic cannot explain. Having faith does not mean you never feel fear. It means you choose not to be controlled by it. It means you acknowledge the fear and then reach for something higher. You speak light even in darkness. You keep going even when the path isn't fully visible. You trust that what you are seeking is also seeking you, even if you can't yet see how it will arrive. Faith doesn't need evidence. It creates evidence. It walks ahead of proof. It says, I don't see it yet, but I believe it's already mine. It is an energy of conviction that speaks louder than circumstances. And the moment you begin to embody that energy, the universe responds, not always immediately, not always in the way you expect, but always in alignment with what is meant for your growth. When you hold faith, you are no longer pushing life, you are allowing it. You are no longer begging for things. You are preparing for them. That is the difference. Faith prepares the room. It sets the table. It waters the seed even before the sprout appears. It makes space for what has not yet arrived, but is already on its way. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't need to know how everything will work out. Your job is not to force the outcome. It's to align your energy, to be in harmony with what you want to receive. Because when your vibration matches the frequency of what you desire, it begins to move toward you. Every time you choose to believe in something greater than your current situation, you raise your vibration. You become a vessel of hope, a light in your own life. Your faith sends a signal to the universe, I am ready, I am available, I trust. And that signal is powerful. It shifts your reality, your relationships, your opportunities. Think back to moments in your life where things worked out just in time, where a solution appeared right when you were about to give up, where a closed door led to something better. Those were not accidents. Those were manifestations of unseen energy responding to your inner world. Your faith, however small it seemed at the time, was moving energy on your behalf. And if it happened before, it can happen again, even now, even here. Even in the middle of uncertainty, especially in the middle of uncertainty, because that's where faith shines brightest. Not when everything is perfect, but when nothing makes sense and yet you still choose to believe. You are more powerful than you know. The energy of your belief is not passive. It is magnetic. It draws in people, resources, healing, and transformation. It tells the universe, I'm not waiting for a miracle. I am the miracle in motion. And from that place, everything begins to align. So keep your faith strong. Protect it from the noise of doubt. Nurture it like a flame on a windy night. Speak words that affirm it. Think thoughts that support it. Take actions that align with it. Your faith is not wasted. It is working even now. It is moving energy where you cannot yet see. And one day, you will look back and see that every step you took in faith became a bridge to everything you were hoping for. You will realize that nothing was in vain, that your belief was not foolish, it was sacred. It was the language of your soul calling life into form. Faith is not about waiting for signs. Faith is the sign. It is the inner knowing that you are never alone, never forgotten, never stuck. Life is responding to you in ways far greater than your eyes can see. And when you lead with faith, everything begins to follow. Peace is your true power. It is not weakness. It is not avoidance. It is not passivity. Peace is the quiet strength that allows you to move through life with clarity, confidence, and grace. When the world around you is noisy, demanding, and chaotic, peace becomes your sanctuary, your shield, and your source of wisdom. It is from this calm center that your best decisions are made, your deepest healing occurs, and your highest path is revealed. So many people mistake power for control. They believe being loud, aggressive, or constantly busy makes them strong. But real power doesn't scream. It doesn't need to force anything. It doesn't rely on fear or dominance. True power moves with calm assurance. It doesn't seek approval, and it doesn't chase outcomes. Peace is the kind of power that changes rooms without raising its voice. It's the energy of someone who knows their worth, their direction, and their connection to something greater than themselves. When you are at peace, you are in alignment. Your mind is not scattered, your heart is not in turmoil, and your energy is not leaking into things that drain you. You are focused, grounded, and steady. You become like still water, deep, reflective, and capable of holding so much without breaking. In this space, you stop reacting and you begin responding. You stop surviving and you begin creating. Peace allows you to see situations clearly. It gives you the power to pause before speaking, to breathe before acting, and to reflect before deciding. It is in this pause, this space between stimulus and response, that your life transforms. You no longer let others dictate your emotional state. You stop giving away your power to outside circumstances. You become the keeper of your own calm. And when life throws its challenges, and it will, you do not crumble. You may feel shaken, but your roots remain strong, because your peace isn't conditional. It doesn't depend on whether things go your way. It lives in your breath, your awareness, your connection to the present moment. No matter what changes, your peace remains your anchor. Peace is also deeply healing. When your nervous system is calm, your body begins to repair. Your heart begins to soften. Your mind becomes open to solutions. You begin to attract people and opportunities that mirror your calm energy. Because peace is magnetic, It draws in what matches its frequency and gently repels what does not. You don't have to fight or prove. You simply remain in your power, and what is meant for you finds its way. In a world that runs on speed and stimulation, choosing peace is revolutionary. It means saying no to drama. It means walking away from toxic conversations. It means not needing to win every argument or attend every battle you're invited to. Peace allows you to choose your battles wisely, because most of them aren't worth your energy. There is nothing weak about setting boundaries. There is nothing passive about refusing to be pulled into chaos. It takes great courage to stay calm when provoked, to hold your ground without aggression, to speak with kindness even when you've been wronged. That is power. That is maturity. That is the strength of someone who knows they are not here to participate in noise, but to bring light. Peace doesn't mean you live without challenges. It means you move through those challenges with a steady spirit. You learn to trust that everything is happening for your highest good, even when you don't yet understand why. You develop the inner resilience to stand tall in storms. You begin to find beauty even in moments of uncertainty. And the more you practice choosing peace, the more natural it becomes. You stop being easily shaken. You no longer react to every opinion, delay, or inconvenience. You learn to breathe, to wait, to listen, to trust. You realize that peace isn't something you search for. It's something you return to. It's your original state. It's who you truly are beneath all the noise. Let peace be your home. Let it guide your steps, shape your words, and soften your thoughts. Let it be your resting place in times of trouble and your compass in times of doubt. When you lead with peace, you create space for miracles. You open the door to insight. You become a light not only for yourself, but for others as well. Never underestimate the power of your calm presence. It is healing. It is transformative. And it is enough to change not just your life, but the energy of those around you. Because in the end, peace isn't just your power. It is your gift to the world.